How's it going, everybody? So glad each and every one of you can make it. Today's video is about a question that I get asked a lot, and that's about my cars. So let's get to it. Now I'll show you the car I'm in right now and my other cars, but my wife's fixing to leave here in just a minute, so I wanted to show you this one. There's one of my cars. It's a 2007 Tahoe Lt. Love that thing. It does everything, goes everywhere, hauls everything. But that's not the one you guys are asking about. The ones you guys are asking about is the one that I'm in right now and the other one that I parked beside it. So I'm figured I'll take this opportunity to show you as I back in. So let me get back in and we'll discuss it a little further. Now again, I get asked a lot about my cars. So here we go, I'm going to show you all three of them. My 2007 Tahoe Lt. She's got a lot of miles on it, over 300,000, but look how good she looks just because of how I take care of it. I keep these things polished, I keep them moist, I keep them clean, I keep them sealed. But you've seen the insides of this many times in the videos and everything. The door's locked. Door's locked, so I can't open it right now, but she's fixing to go. But the inside of it is spotless. Pollen's starting to break out. You can see the dust on everything, but this is what you see so many times. Like I said, it goes everywhere, it hauls everything, and it's just the workhorse of the family. I mean, whenever we go off together, whenever we go anywhere, you can see how clean it is. And yep, we like the mountains, but anytime we go anywhere, do anything, this is it. Hello YouTube. But what you guys really want to know about is these two lovely things sitting out here. So let's go out here and take a closer look. I'll be more than glad to show you. Let's start with that one. What we have here is a high mileage, like 215,000 mile 1993 Z28 Camaro. And again, this is the original paint on this car. The only thing that is different is I added the stripes to it, because in 93 the only cars that had the stripes were some SS Camaros. This isn't the SS, it's the Z28. All Z28s for that year were solid colors. But this is it. It's got a lot of issues as far as the paint, but that's to be expected. Got some scuff marks and everything on it, rock chips and all that good stuff. That's my rooster out there, Fred, crowing, by the way. Hello, Fred. But I, keep it protected, keep it maintained and everything. With all the mileage and everything that I have on it, she looks very good for the age, don't she? But she looks really good from the outside, don't she? Let's get inside and check her out a little bit. Well, here we are inside the cockpit of the 1993 Z28. This one happens to be automatic because that's what I wanted. When I bought this car, we were living in South Carolina. I was driving over an hour each way. So I wanted something where I could drive in comfort. And the gauge layout is very minimalistic. I took the factory stereo out, put me in a CD player. This one's really cool because it has to have the card. If I take this with me, it doesn't matter if you steal this whole unit. If you tear my dash out, take this whole unit. Without this card, you cannot play it. You see the light blink every once in a while. If I have it shut, the screen itself will flash blue. But without that card, doesn't matter if you call Block Punk and tell them you're the original, you're the owner and everything. If you don't have the information of when, where, and all that stuff this thing was purchased, they will not send you another card. It comes with two, but that's just a cool feature. And I put some speakers in the back, in the cell panels, and I got a 12-inch sub in the very back with 2 amps. But as you can see, this car has 220,169 miles. And I really like this car. I like both of my cars for different reasons. This one is more of a driver because it has very basic onboard diagnostics. It has very basic everything in it. It's got ABS, early ABS, and that's about it. Automatic air conditioning, and just a general overview of the car. You can put somebody back there if you need to, but I've never had anybody back there. But it's just a very basic car, hatchback, as you can see. Got the big glass out the back. That's where my speaker and my subs are. So let's look under the hood. While we're back outside, I get asked a lot about these wheels because they look really good on here. These are not the factory wheels that come on this car, neither are they brake rotors. I put the drilled and slotted rotors on it to help braking, high performance pads. And these wheels are off a Z06 Corvette. But they look really good with this black. Everybody loves black, 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 black on black, 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 and more black. Me, I don't. I like a little pop on my vehicles. The car's already black and shiny enough, so since it's shiny, I throw some more shine to it. Well, let's take a look at the engine bay. 1993 LT1. I put the MSD ignition on it. Oh, got a couple leaves in here since the last time I cleaned it. I put the MSD ignition on it. It's got the MSD coil, it's got the MSD wires, MSD 6A box. It's got the K&N cold air intake and a few other little goodies I'm not going to mention because I like surprising people. This car came out with 275 horsepower and I need to detail it. It's been sitting all winter, you know, well, I've been driving it all winter, but I haven't touched it since fall. I haven't cleaned it here, as you can tell. It's really dirty. But I'll get it detailed up here shortly. But I mean, 275 horsepower rating from the factory, but we all know that this car come out with more than that. And it always whooped up on some unsuspecting Mustangs from the day, right? Because it's actually had more power than they said it did. That's pretty much it. I mean, nothing more to show on this bad boy. And you can see my wiring for my stereo. And as you walk up on it, you could tell that the stereo is not factory, because if you look back there, you can see. But there's that one. Now let's take a look at this one. This thing is a totally different animal than this thing. Has all the amenities, ABS, air conditioning, heads-up display, all the creature comforts a man could ask for, heated seats, leather, all that stuff. We'll see it in a second. But the lines on it are just so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the reason they are beautiful is because if you don't know anything about cars, from the front, you have the 69 look, right? Got all the square lines of the 69. It's got the drop-down driving light, daytime running lights and everything. It's got the stripes of the Z28, because back in the day, only Z28s had stripes. And this is a SS. This is a 2012 2SS, or 2SS RS, I'm sorry. It's a 2SS with the RS option package, which gives me the halo headlights and matching color, roof molding and all that good stuff. Some more stuff on the inside we'll talk about. But if you look at it from the front, 69. If you look at it from the side, it has the gills of the 1969 right here, right? But the body panels and everything on the side are 67 and 68. Then when you come around to the back, it has the quad tail lights, right? To there, to there. And that is reminiscent of the early 70s Camaros. So what they did is when they quit making that one in 2002, and they took a couple years off, and they took all the body lines and body styles and cues that made all the other Camaros popular back in the beginning and threw them all in this one car. That's why there's so many different lines to this car. Like I said, you got the 69 front, you got 69 gears, you got 67, 68 side panels, roof line, and then you got the second generation tail lights. Let's look inside. Now, as you can see, the inside of this one is a totally different animal. Totally different animal. And again, it takes cues from each of the generations of Camaros. It's got the dual pod clusters for, you know, your gas, your tachometer, all that good stuff, speedometer and everything. It's got all that stuff. It's got cruise control, which my Z28 has cruise control too. I left that off. It's got cruise control, all your controls on the steering wheel for phone, volume, changing channels, and like I said, volume. It's got a nice CD player and everything, which very rarely gets played because I like the sound of the car. But it's got the 69 gauge pod down here. This is how the 69 had it, you know, the oil pressure and everything down here. So they copied that. This one is a straight drive. I wanted a straight drive this time so that I could have some fun. You know, around town and everything, because now we live in town. We live very close to the major cities and everything. So it's a little bit of too much fun driving in traffic, but that's when I drive that car. But this one is just a totally different beast. It's got leather on the dash, got leather on the seats. It's got the lighting that goes, the LED lighting that goes down the sides of the doors, and I'd show you that, but I don't think it would show up right now. But I was telling you before, it's got heads-up display. Let me show you. If you look right here, you'll see it. Lights up, Camaro. And then it shows you a tachometer and all that good stuff. And then down here, it's got display in here as well. And just disregard all the ding, ding, ding and everything, because I don't have it running. I just got it switched on. But it's very informative. It's got the leather seating, like I said. Very nice. Side bolsters and everything. Keeps you planning. This one is a lot tighter back there. I mean, you could still get somebody in. Just slide the seat forward and put an extra person back there. But I wouldn't want to do it. But this one is just a whole different beast. It's got the sunroof, which is part of the 2SS package, as well as the leather and everything. But it's just a super, super nice car. This will open all the way back up and everything. But it's just a wonderful car. I really like it. It sounds good. It's really fast. That one is just a more of a driver's car, where this one is more of a luxurious, look at me type of car. Well, let's take a look up under the hood since we're out here, and then we'll finish this bad boy up. Alright, let's see if I can do this one hand. I used to be able to. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Ta-da! The engine looks massive, but that's just a cover. But I've done some work under here, as you can tell. I've done work on both of my cars. You know, with my age and everything, I'm smart enough to have a few surprises for unsuspecting cars. But I put the strut tower brace in here, which is this, because these bodies don't have full frames like the old cars used to. They have a front frame that the engine, or cradle that the engine sets in, and then have a rear cradle that the rear end sets in, and nothing in between but the body. But I fabricated my own intake. I had a K&N filter. This is a Spectre tube, and this is a turbo pipe off of a diesel truck. I painted that. I painted this. I painted the strut tower brace to make it look the same as the stripes on the car, as you can tell. And then I added the Elite catch can to take out any unwanted vapors and gas and moisture and all that stuff that gets recirculated back into the engine. But this one is a LS3, 426 horsepower from the factory. Both of these cars have traction control. That one's very primitive. You can still break that one loose, but it just kills the power when it does. This one will kill just enough power to regain control of the tires to the pavement. That one, it cuts the power like in half. That one is non-selectable. In other words, I can't turn that one off. This one I can. And this one has a launch controller where if I go to the drag strip and everything, I can use that to have a little bit more fun and get better reaction time off the line. But yeah, 426 horsepower from the factory ain't nothing to laugh at. And I can turn that bad boy off and spin tires in almost any gear. But there you go. There's my 3 cars. That's the ones that I have now. I had 4 at one time, but now I only have 3. And we're gonna head off and go peg hunting at least one store. But I wanted to put this video out there because I get asked all the time about those 2 beauties sitting back there. So now you have the full rundown, you know what's in them, you know what they look like, and hopefully a little bit better understanding about a few things like the traction control, horsepower, and all that stuff. Until next time, we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.